These small oval-shaped beetles on the water are whirligig beetles in the genus Dinutus. Whirligig beetles are known for their ability to glide along the surface of the water using their paddle-like feet. While their front two legs are just like normal beetle legs, the back two pairs have evolved to look like paddles. This damselfly I've caught right here is a young male Florida bluet. In their adult stages, Florida bluet isn't blue at all, but the males are more of an orange color and the females more of a tan or yellow color. This is a very common species in South Florida. By holding it by the wings, you could look at the tail, and at the end of the tail, at least on males, is a pair of structures called cerci. The cerci on male Florida bluets are short and upturned, separating it from similar species. This right here is a close relative to the Florida bluet called the Vesper bluet. This is a full-grown male, and the color on the thorax is a golden yellow color, with a much thinner black stripe running down the shoulder than any of the other bluets with similar color patterning. As with other bluets, there are also identification factors on the tail, and by holding this one by the wings, you can see the distinctive and contrasting blue ring around the last tail segment. This right here is by far my favorite sighting of the day. A species called Lucifer swamp damsel that has never been reported or photographed in Palm Beach history until now. I was really excited to see this and have more than enough evidence to prove the identification. Thankfully, it landed on an even better spot so you could see the color patterning and the distinctive body shape. I love that pale green color. This is the picture of the range map of the Lucifer swamp damsel in my dragonfly field guide. And after searching through many different insect databases like Odonata Central, Bug Guide, and iNaturalist, I was able to see that all the observations of the species were concentrated in that area in the range map, except for a vagrant sighting in Pinellas County and a 2015 sighting in Broward County. And this right here is my favorite picture I got of it. It just got all the field marks so well. And as of right now, my sighting of this species on iNaturalist is research grade. This right here is a harmless, non-venomous, banded water snake just resting on a stick. The subspecies we get around here can also just be plainly referred to as Florida water snake. You can see that distinctive Nerodia head shape. This right here is a different individual, but is also another Florida banded water snake. Now, I don't suggest picking snakes up like this unless you have the proper experience and knowledge on what species you're about to hold. Right now, though, he's just slithering around my hands, giving a nice view of that distinctive Florida banded water snake patterning. I've always known water snakes to be a little bit more of an aggressive species when you're trying to hold it, but this one was surprisingly calm and did not strike or musk at me once. I absolutely love this close-up shot. Not only does it just look cute and very beautiful in that patterning, it also gives you a nice angle of all the field marks on how to identify a banded water snake, especially that distinctive Nerodia head shape, which is important in distinguishing it from similar venomous species. And the banded water snake is off. This snake right here is the reason you have to be very careful catching water snakes if you don't know how to identify them. This is the Florida cottonmouth, a species that was recently described as a separate species from the eastern cottonmouth, used to just be considered a subspecies. Cottonmouths in general can be separated from water snakes by that more geometric head shape, as well as a thicker body size, and that distinctive jaguar-looking pattern, even though in some individuals that pattern gets dulled as they age. The cottonmouth's venom is actually cytotoxic, which means it destroys individual cells. The cottonmouth is a species of pit viper and the genus Agkistrodon, a genus that also includes the similar but a species that doesn't occur this far south called the copperhead. It is also in the subfamily Crotalinae, which means it's a very close relative as well to rattlesnakes. Cottonmouths are the world's only semi-aquatic viper species. In this shot, the cottonmouth is starting to enter into a more curled up position, which is a position you'll see a lot of pit vipers enter. Instead of fleeing at the sight of a predator or a potential predator like a lot of colubrid snakes will, vipers often rely on their camouflage and stand their ground. I really think this angle of the head looks really awesome though.